Welcome to my cluttered garage. I'm really glad you're here. A place where we can laugh and talk and days are filled with cheer. The clouds and sun may come and go, but one thing's always clear. Welcome back, my friend. You know I'm really glad you're here. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, my friends. I am glad you're here on this Monday, September 25th, 2023. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's kind of dark. It's also fall now. I believe fall came upon us, I don't know. Did I read it was the 23rd? Today's the 25th. Anyway, we are officially into fall and almost through the month of October or September, which is hard to believe, and almost into October. I don't even know where September went. It came and left for sure. But anyway, thanks for being here tonight. I do appreciate it. I can't believe it's another Monday. I also feel like it's been a long time since we've been together, but it's just been, I guess it's been a week, right? But it's the start of a new week. So if it's your first time here, what we do, the channel, it talks about tractors and outdoors stuff and some DIY projects, and we do some gardening and projects around the property. It's about basically the rural lifestyle. Some people call it homesteading. We're not officially homesteading here, but we are living in the country and we're living the dream. So that's what we talk about on the channel. And then here on the live stream, sometimes I'll have a guest. Sometimes you'll just hear me talking and interacting with you in the live chat, which is exactly what we're going to do tonight, is just interact, just you and me. But if it is your first time here on the live stream, please stick around. It'll be worth your while. And say hi in the live chat so that we know you're here and we can officially welcome you. And also let us know how you found the channel. Was it through Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or, of course, YouTube, which is the primary platform of all the content that I put out here. And also know that the live stream here, I do this every Monday night from 7 p.m. Eastern Time until 8 p.m. Eastern Time, just 1 hour. Don't go beyond that usually. And, we just get together once a week. It's a great way to start off the week. And so I do appreciate you hanging out here. And in addition to that, if you click the thumbs up, I like that. YouTube likes that. And that's about it. As far as tonight's show, well, again, just kind of interacting with you in the comments section. And we're going to do a giveaway later. See, it says here sticker giveaway. But here's the thing. I need to, I don't know. I feel like I need to come up with something fresh for the stickers. I have the 25,000 subscriber commemorative sticker. I've been giving those away. I still have plenty more to give away. And now we're at 30-some thousand subscribers, 32,000. But that 25,000 subscriber sticker is still very special because that was a big milestone for me. So anyway, I might give one of those away tonight. But here's the thing. I thought it would be fun to do something different. I gave a T-shirt away a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if Kevin received that yet, because we go through Teespring, which has been a terrible company to work with. Hate to say that, but their quality has gone downhill. The turnaround time has gone downhill, but it's integrated with YouTube, so I just kind of keep it up there. But anyway, I got my mugs there from Teespring, and I'm happy with the quality of these. These are pretty nice. Speaking of, do you want one? Would you like one of these? Because you can win one tonight. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give a mug away tonight. This mug has hot tea in it because it's like 59 degrees outside now. It's been raining and miserable. I read somewhere that today is the Mondayest Monday that ever Mondayed. True. But we've needed this rain, so it's kind of a relief. It's all good. So beyond that, I'm going to be looking at the live chat here in just a minute. So if you have a question, type the word question followed by your question, and I'll see if I can answer your question. But if I can't, people in the live chat will answer it, especially if it's about tractors or equipment, that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to do. And we have a good group out there watching. I can see the numbers. So thank you all for coming back week after week. I do appreciate it. It's a great way to start the week off. It means a lot to me. I know that means a lot to you, not to be here watching me, but I really think that live chat is the thing. I think people like to get together with each other at this specific time and chat with each other. So, as I say, I'm merely the facilitator here. So, enjoy the live chat. But I see Ross here was the first one here, and he's going to be in and out tonight. So, good to see you, Ross. And Chevhead Ed was in Texas last week for your son's graduation. Congratulations to your son getting a master's degree. That's fantastic. So I understand you got some catching up to. That's all right. But anyway, congratulations. That's a big achievement to make. And whatever the master's degree is in, it's a lot of work either way. So congratulations. Well deserved. Margaret's here and from New Jersey. Hello, Margaret, my friend. And Bob Purrs. Yep, Monday night again. Bob's making coffee. So I've got my hot tea tonight, and Bob is making coffee. It's better in this mug, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. And there's Chris from the Watershed Overlook. Good to see you, Chris. And Daniel, and John, and Woodster 300, and Bob, and Kent from Hope Construction. Kent, I hope you're doing well. I know you shared in the past live streams about some surgery and some recovery. So I hope you're literally back on your feet. I really do. And you're right, Mark. You would think it's late. We were just saying last night with some friends how I think it was 9 o'clock at night, and we were saying, you know what, we'd still have daylight here in the summertime, but that's how it goes. It's just the transition of the seasons, and I am looking forward to a new season. Even though I've not been a fan of winter, I've expressed that time and time again. I love warm weather. I really do. This summer has been particularly oppressive. The heat. It was rough. We usually would have like a week or two of a heat wave. We had multiple heat waves this summer, and of course, I guess everybody did. But it was hot, wasn't it, Ann?
Yeah.
She was just sneaking by. She thought she was sneaking by the camera, but she wasn't. But yeah, I told Ann she needs to come on these live streams with me sometime. We'll do that sometime. I'm talking to the gang. She's gone. Anyway, I'd like to have her join me sometime. It's nice to have that camaraderie and companionship. And you guys like Ann. You've seen her on a few videos now. Whoa, Chris has a new experience watching on the big TV. That's scary. I better step back a little bit, make a smaller image. It's a cinematic experience. I have been watching videos. Speaking of this, Chris, I'll be honest, it's hard for me sometimes to watch video content. I'm producing content, and I try to really watch videos because I want to be supportive of people, because folks are so supportive of me. So I do watch content as it comes out. But as you know, there are a lot of channels. It's hard to keep up with everybody. But I really do try. And I've kind of had a routine here. Sunday mornings, I get up and I go down to the living room, and I put the YouTube on the TV, which usually I'd sit there with my phone and watch it. But I was in the living room. I thought I can cast this to the TV, and it is a nice experience to watch it on the TV. And for better or for worse, I still have my phone, so I can kind of multitask. But I'll do the same thing, Chris. I'll be watching on the TV, but I can comment on the phone, and it is a nice experience to watch it on the television. So there we are. Also, I looked at my analytics, and I think it tells me how many viewers watch from different devices, like how many watch on a computer, how many watch on a phone, how many watch on a TV. It knows that. Google, YouTube, they know that. Can't get away from it. Anyway, a large number of people watch on a TV. My brother-in-law, when I go over his house, the TV's on and YouTube's on. He doesn't even watch TV anymore, but he watches YouTube on the TV. So it's a common thing now. It's a little, I find it a little more difficult for navigation, but once you start watching videos, and how it gives you the recommendations and whatnot, It's pretty nice. So I do like watching it on the TV, and apparently a lot of people do. So I have to keep that in mind that people are watching on a big screen. I used to think, everybody's watching on these small screens. It's not the case. Not the case. So there's Phil from Peterson Farms of Little Nashville. Good to see you, Phil. And what else? Yes, see, talking about fall weather, the switch from iced coffee to hot coffee is near. It is time. It is time. I'm trying to be good about preparing for the fall. I've got to get the heater system checked out, or at least I should fire it up and make sure it's working. I gotta do a small repair to the chimney that the heater vents out to, and I need to do that because it can switch just like that. All of a sudden, it's going to be cold. Want to work on on getting a wood stove in here, but I have to do some demolition to make that happen because there's a flue pipe in the kitchen where there was a chimney. Phil, if you're watching, you know this. Phil and Lucinda. So they had a stove at one time in the kitchen, but we don't want it there because we like to be different. We like to change things. Why can't we leave things the way they are? I don't know. We just like to do that. So I want to get rid of the flue pipe from the kitchen side, and I want to open it up on the dining room side and have the wood stove that we don't even have yet vent into the chimney from the dining room side. And I have an idea of where to put it and whatnot. And I've got somebody coming out to look at the chimney and kind of do a visual inspection and say, yeah, we can put a liner in this or whatever. Because the chimney is, I guess, as old as the house. So we're talking 143 plus years old. But that's the plan. So that's a project I have to work on soon. But there's always space heaters, always electric heaters, if we have to. BT handy, 80 degrees there, sunny and rain, but that's okay, right? All right. Again, folks are just saying hi to each other. I'll read these comments while you can read the comments too. I see a Joe there watching from Facebook. Remember, you can watch the channel on Facebook or YouTube. What I've been doing the last year or so is any video that gets uploaded to YouTube, I also upload that to Facebook. So we have kind of maybe a bit of a different audience on Facebook. I think there are people who don't really use YouTube. They watch the content on Facebook, and vice versa. And some people watch both. But anyway, it's available on multiple platforms. Short videos, if they're under 10 minutes, I often upload those to the TikTok as well, because now that lets you upload longer format videos. But they're still not. With my videos, for some reason, I can't seem to rotate the phone and get the wide screen, so they're cropped. But anyway, that you can watch it many different places. And then, of course, I've got other content. Like today, I uploaded a picture to Instagram and Facebook. So you get like different content by going to different platforms. Yep. I'm going to show you something here in just a minute too. Speaking of that. Whoa, Chris is drinking coffee right now from an MCG mug as we speak. Nice. Right-handed for this show. Well, this mug is right-handed or left-handed because it's got the wraparound logo, or not logo, but wording and whatnot. So, John, when are you buying a land plane? I don't have to, John. Neighbor Tony's got one anytime I need it, and they are not cheap. But really, it's a great piece of equipment, but I can't see myself using it more than once a year. But it's a neat device. I hope you guys all watched that video about the land plane. It was the first time running it on this property. I used the same land plane on the other property. And for the first time ever, I think, at the other house, the driveway was smooth as glass. It was really nice. Maybe not glass because it's stones, but still it was smooth. Took out all the humps, took out all the potholes. And then this driveway, I ran the land plane on it. Even though the driveway was smooth before, and there really wasn't any problem that way. But the stones had all sunk, or the debris, the silt had come up through the stones and was hiding them. So I used the land plane to bring the driveway back to life. And boy, it really made a nice difference. Somebody came in the other day and said, "Did you get new stone?" No, I didn't. I just used the land plane and stirred them all up and did a nice job. So thank you again, neighbor Tony, for loaning me the land plane. Tony actually came by and picked up the land plane so he could see the property. So that was great. But anyway, to answer your question, John, I don't plan on buying a land plane. I've got other things I'd much rather have than that. Not that I'd much rather have, but that I would use more than that. So another question. See, we're doing the question thing here now, which is good. Do you like your R4 industrial tires on your Kubota, or do you wish you got the agricultural tires? I have no regrets for the R4s. If I had a choice, I would like to try the R14s, but I definitely would not want the agricultural tires for my use. They are, I think, too aggressive for my needs here. I wouldn't want to tear up the ground with it. Honestly, the B2601 is not a super powerful tractor, so I very rarely lose traction with the R4s, and the tractor just doesn't seem to have that much power to spin the tires. And then if you put it in four-wheel drive, you're great. So I have no reason to have the agricultural tires on my tractor. But I do think the R14s would be nice, which are the ones, if you've seen them, they're a hybrid between the R4 and the ag tire, and they're sort of look like an ATV tire. They look really cool, and I think they give better traction than what I have, but not as aggressive as the ag tire. So I would like those if I bought another tractor, and if I had the option, I'd probably choose those. I'd probably choose those first, even though I have no experience with them, and then I would choose the R4s, which I have now. And the ag tires, again, are at the bottom of my list. But there are folks who need that, and you have to get what you need. But I like the look of the industrial tires too. I just think I always thought they looked cool. So, our friend John is back viewing from the parking lot, waiting for the girls at choir practice. Well, that was your Monday night last year. So I know, John, you were at the cabin. I hope you had a good weekend doing things there and having a good time. Bet you it's really getting pretty this time of year. I'm looking forward to seeing the fall foliage come soon. And I even said to Ann tonight, believe it or not, I even said, I'm ready for snow. Like, I'm ready for snow to see it on this property, because I just know it's going to be so beautiful. And generally, I think snow is a pain, but I'd like to see a good snow. It's been a while, and I think I'm ready for it. Cajun Aggie, new viewer from South Louisiana, grappling and grinding with your L2502, enjoying your retirement. Well, congratulations to you, and welcome from South Louisiana. And you have a good machine there. L2502 is the newer version of the L2501. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Oh, and there's Tony G. Good to see you, Tony G. I was going to tell you something. See, I want to get through some of these comments, though. Am I missing any questions? Yep. And Bob doesn't like the R4s. He thinks they're useless. So see that we're talking about the R4s. Doesn't like them. So like I said, it's all based on what your needs are. All right. Well, the comments are just racing in here, but that's okay. Well, thank you, Chris. question about the photo of the German Shepherd. That is the picture I was talking about on Instagram that I shared, and you didn't see that if you only watched from YouTube. So that was on Instagram, also on Facebook, on the Facebook page. And Chris, thank you for that segue, because I wanted to talk about that. So let's start by showing you the picture. So now you'll see it. Now you'll see it here. So I shared this picture on Instagram and Facebook, and there it is. It's a picture of me with my dog Christy, and I was about how old was I there? 11, maybe 10, 11, 12 years old. That's me and my dog Christy, the German Shepherd, and we had her for a long time. And I was looking at this picture with Ann today, and I remember that watch on my left wrist there, big old Timex, and I remember that belt too. It's like a carved leather belt, and of course the flannel. I haven't changed much other than my face and my hair and my body, but I still dress the same. But that was me and my dog Christy, our dog, family dog, and again, she was a good dog. The picture was taken. I remember the picture being taken because my older sister Linda had to put out there older. My sister Linda, she was into photography in her teens, especially, and I remember her having this camera, and she wanted to practice with it. So I was her model at the time. But I remember her taking that picture of me and Christy. I remember exactly where it was on the other property, and I also have a picture with probably around that same time with me and my Uncle Paul, who I loved dearly. And I just saw that picture in a box today, and we were going through some things in the barn, and that was fun to see. But the dog picture, yes, it is in fact me and Christy. Now, we'll get back to that in just a second. I'm going to talk about the thumbnail for tonight's live stream. I'm going to bring the thumbnail up here now. So there's the thumbnail for tonight's live stream, and that is a picture of the driveway here at the farmhouse. It's a picture. Here's the picture without the words on it. And that barn does not exist. That barn is AI, and Photoshop has a new feature where you can highlight or lasso an area and generate something with AI. So I lassoed an area, and I just typed in the word white barn, and it gave me like 3 different options, and that's what it was. So here's the original picture. This is the picture I started with. It's a picture with Hachi just sitting on the driveway. And I was going to use that picture. There would be nothing wrong with that. I thought it was kind of a neat picture. But then I started thinking about this AI thing and said, well, let me draw a square up in that corner, and then just click, type in white barn. And that's what it gave me. So that is pretty impressive. In fact, I use that AI for the thumbnail with the land plane. That video is also an AI thumbnail. Again, it's a picture, and the tractor, it was a freeze frame from the video. The tractor's driving by. In the actual image, the house is in the background, which is fine. But I thought, let me get rid of the house. So I lassoed around the house, and in the field where it had AI, I just left it blank, and I hit generate, and bam, the house is gone. Just like that. It fills in what it thinks is in that background. So that was pretty amazing to me. And what I wanted to show you in addition to that is back to this picture of me and the dog. So I was playing with this picture after I did the thumbnail, and I thought, that's interesting. So I lassoed around the dog, and I typed in black and white or monochrome lion, and AI generated this lion. So there I am, kind of shaking hands with the lion. Now, it's not a great lion, but not bad. I mean, you look at the background, how it's pasted in there compared to go back to the original here. There's the dog. I don't need to tell you, that's the lion. Anyway, I mean, it took seconds to do that, and that's pretty amazing. I guess the thing with AI is that you don't know what it's going to give you. You know, you might type in lion 3 different times and give you 3 different things. But it's making a big difference, that AI. I heard today on the news that the writer's strike in Hollywood land is possibly coming to an end, and one of the stipulations that the writers had in their contract is that AI would not be used. So that's how threatening AI is, that it could put these writers out of business. Of course, the writers themselves may use AI, but you know, things are changing quick. It's I haven't used that chat GPT, whatever it is. I haven't tried that yet. I don't even know how to do it, but it's getting there. There's things I think on it was Amazon. I was looking at products on Amazon, and when you go to the reviews, now there's like a summary at the top of the reviews that says customers seem to enjoy this product. They find problems with this. They don't like this about it, but they like this about it. And then it says this was AI generated. So it looks at all the reviews and it comes up with an idea of what people like or don't like, and it's really well written. So very interesting. The question, Mark, is it's built into Photoshop. This AI thing I'm talking about with the images, it's built right in. So that's it. Question about the land plane. What would you recommend for a BX 2380? I'll tell you, that land plane that I borrowed from Tony is, again, 60, maybe 66 inches. It's not a 6-footer. It's not a 72. But the B2601 struggled with that thing, especially going uphill. It's a heavy, heavy piece of equipment. So definitely for the BX, I would recommend probably, I guess, a 48 incher. You know, I don't know that anything smaller is available, but I think a 48 would be the max that you'd want on that. So others may chime in with that, and they may actually have one, so that could help as well. I want to show you one more AI example from Photoshop. This has nothing to do with tractors and whatnot, but I think it's interesting. And again, you're chatting with each other, but I'm just background noise at this point, I think. So here's a picture of the house, and I was just playing around. I took this picture of the house, and I lassoed around that big bush on the left, and I clicked just generate with nothing in the background. So AI had to imagine what's behind the bush. It doesn't know. It can't know that. So it created this for me. This is one of the 3 options that it gave me. So it did that. It added the post on the corner of the porch. Now, this is not at all accurate. That's not at all what the house looks like on the corner. But again, AI imagined what could be back there. And that's pretty impressive. Even the shadow on the tree back there is in the right orientation. It looks really neat. Again, not at all accurate, but not bad for a machine that had to guess what could be behind that bush, and that's what it came up with. I just thought that was fun. Enough about that, right? Right. Let's get back to tractors. And there's an answer from Tony himself. 48 inch for the BX. The one Ed used is a 60 inch. Okay, so it was a 60. And again, really heavy. That was an everything attachments piece of equipment, and they do definitely build heavy duty equipment. That thing had really thick steel and was heavy. So there's a good answer for you. And then David has a 48 inch with the CS 2520, 25 horsepower Coyote. Prefer to use the 48 box blade better. Interesting. All right. Question from Cajun. Is it Aggie? Made any change to the feeder on your wood chipper yet? No, I have not, but thank you for that. Obviously, you watched the video. And one of the problems I have with that Woodland Mills wood chipper is that the drum, the intake drum, I think is too small, and it's hard to get anything bigger than even a 3-inch limb is hard to get it to take it. Now it's supposed to take up to 6 inches. It can't take it on my tractor because I don't have enough horsepower. But so I limit it to 3-inch max. But even 3-inch, when I'm trying to feed it in, that drum, I feel like is only about 6 inches or so. And you're trying to feed that in, and the teeth on the drum are, maybe 3/8 inch deep, and they're just trying to grab that limb, and it just keeps skipping off of it. And then the springs that hold that drum in place, because it rides up and down, the springs are really tight. I loosened the springs up as far as I could. Some people said that you could actually put an extension or longer eye bolt, or I guess weaker springs, but then you have a problem with smaller ones aren't really, it needs that spring tension to draw that material in. So it's tough. And I had some ideas for modifications, but I did not modify it at all. And really probably the best modification really is not to the wood chipper itself, but to the limb. Like a lot of people suggested, just cut a 45-degree taper on the end of that limb instead of having a blunt end and trying to feed that in. Cut it on a taper, then you can kind of get a little piece in there, and it'll hopefully ride up on there. I do love the chipper. I certainly wasn't complaining. I said that in the video too, that it's a great chipper, but I think there could be an improvement made in that design. My idea was to cut teeth in that. I think teeth might work better on excuse me, on that drum. I think that would help. And not even teeth, but just like offset grooves, so that if it skips off one, I don't know if it would work or not. And yeah, exactly, Jeffrey. Would it help to cut the bigger branches on an angle? That definitely helps. And I think it has to even be more than a 45-degree angle. I think it's got to be really steep, but it's just one more step, and I definitely can do that. And I have to just keep the chainsaw with me. And now that I have that small limbing saw, that Echo, I love that little saw. It's easy to keep that with me and chop. So that's what I'll be doing. And David White, nice big bonfire. Yeah, that works too, right? Is that what you mean for getting rid of the big limbs? That works. So if you have any other questions, type them in the live chat. Question followed by the question. There's a question from John. Can you spot weld little nubs? Spot weld little nubs on the wheel to grab the branches. I feel like those teeth, I'm going to call them teeth, even though they're long things. They seem like they're a hardened material. I'd be afraid to weld them. That it either may not stick or may crack or something like that. I was going to actually take my grinder and just grind gaps and offset the gaps. I was thinking that would help. But I do think deeper teeth would work too. So, well, there you go. And Chris, next video is about getting rid of big limbs. What are you going to use, Chris? Do you have a wood chipper? I don't remember. Or are you going to float them out to the river? Is that what you're going to do? Just chuck them out there in the river? I'm sure you won't. That's probably not legal anyway. That's funny. Seacliff Steve, I bought my chipper based on your review. Then I bought the stump grinder, putting me in the poorhouse. Well, Steve, you're better than me. You're doing better than me, because I would like the stump grinder and I don't have it yet. It's on my wish list. I don't know whether I want to go with the Woodland Mills stump grinder. Gosh, what's the other one? I just slipped my mind. You guys will say it, but it just slipped my mind. Bommalite is another one that looks pretty similar to that. So, and yeah, right, Mark? Now you just need the sawmill. You get the whole Woodland Mills package. Get the whole family of things. I would also like a sawmill. I have certain things on my wish list that are, I don't know. I'd like to have a lot of things, right? Wouldn't we all? But And I like the little trailers that the Woodland Mills makes now. They made the land something, and then the Pathfinder smaller one, but they look pretty neat. Yeah, that's right, John. They need to use better knurling for those drums. That's what it is. Better knurling. Better knurling. All right. So if you have any other questions, bring those up. Right now, I'm going to open another page without losing you, if I can, so we can do this giveaway. That's what we're going to do, right? That's what we're going to do, is this giveaway. Because you know what? You've hung in here this long, well over 30 minutes. And now we have a shorter time left. So we'll do that. I think I have a picture of a mug on here. I don't think I deleted that. Here it is. Here it is from last time we gave a mug away. Right? Oh, there it is. The mug. The mug. The mug. Let's leave it right there. And then I can make it look like I'm holding it just like that, right? Just like that. Perfect. You ever underestimate how much is left in a cup? I feel like I do that all the time. Like I look in the cup and like, oh, there's like a mouthful left, and I guzzle, and then it runs down the side of my face because I underestimated how much was left. You know you do that. You know you do, right? So that's what we're gonna do. And if you're as lucky as Gary from Tractor Talk with Gary, last time we did a mug giveaway, Spring messed up, and I think he got 3 of them. And you know that's on them. What can I do? I can't do anything about that. But lucky Gary, I think he got 3 of them. So this is a good giveaway, I think, tonight to do this. Something perfect timing because it's fall, right? So let's do a little bit of giveaway. New to the live chat. I know at least one of you is new to the live chat. I'm going to put a word or a phrase on the screen. You're going to type the word or the phrase in the live chat exactly the way you see it. And then we'll randomly pick somebody to win. It's just that easy. So I have to share this thing. I have to share the screen. I got to find the screen to share. So here it is. Simple as anything. Go to the live chat while you're watching live. This is not for the replay. Go to the live chat. Type in the word #fall. It can be all lowercase. It can be all uppercase. It can be a combination of uppercase and lowercase. But make sure you put the hashtag. Make sure there are no spaces. And that's it. That's all it takes. Right? So we'll just let that roll for a little while. And then we'll draw. We'll let the song play out. Playing for the mug. Yep. We got lots of people watching tonight, so that affects your chances of winning, unfortunately. The more people who enter, the less chance you have of winning. It's a mathematical oddity. So, hey, by the way, it's Yom Kippur. Any of our Jewish friends out there, happy Yom Kippur. I know it's the solemn holiday of Yom Kippur. Anyway, happy Yom Kippur. I guess you say happy Yom Kippur. I think you would. I think we'd be happy. All right. That's it. 30 people entered. All right. That's good chances. 1 in 30. Well, I'm going to draw it. I'm going to do it. See the mouse there? Should I do it? Let's do it. 31. You've had your chance. Hashtag fall. 32. You snuck it in there. Bam. Rick Barrer. Congratulations, Rick. You are the winner of the mug giveaway for tonight. It's a very special giveaway. I don't do that very often because, well, stickers are a lot easier to give away. Cheaper to mail, all that. Anyway, Rick Barker. I said Barrer because it was covering. Rick Barker, congratulations, Rick, for winning that. What I need for you to do, Rick, is send me an email at this email address on the screen right now. Contact mcgtv@gmail.com. I'll give you a moment to write that down, Rick. Contact mcgtv@gmail.com. I need your proper name and mailing address. Some people don't use their real names on here. So I need your name and your mailing address. And I will submit the order to Spring, formerly known as Teespring, and process the order. It'll be sent to you. I don't know when. They've gotten a little better. So hopefully it won't take too long, and maybe they'll mess up and send you a bunch of them like they've done in the past. But congratulations, Rick. I look forward to getting your email with your name and your mailing address, and let me know that you were the mug winner for tonight to kind of trip my memory on that. All right. Congratulations, Rick. Thank you all for playing. That's a lot of fun tonight. I do appreciate it. So enjoy that. And all the congratulations here. Very nice from folks. Appreciate that. But we move on. A few more questions before we wrap up tonight. And project-wise, well, I'm going to be, I want to get some wood out of the woods. Whether we get the wood stove going this winter or not, hope we do. I want to get some wood out of the woods and cut it up, split it up. I always like having wood around just for a campfire. It's funny. I left firewood at the other property. I didn't bring it with me because I thought, oh, we got 30 acres of woods. I don't need to worry about that. All this, I have no split firewood here. I can't even have a campfire if I want to with my solo stove. So I do want to go back there. You saw in one of the videos I showed you this oak. I think it was a white oak that had fallen, and it's just laying. It's a beautiful tree. It's probably 12 inches in diameter at the base, so not super big. Maybe it's 14 at the base, but it's manageable, and it's nice and straight. And boy, that's going to be a nice tree to cut up some oak firewood. I'm going to probably drag that out of the woods. I don't know if I can do it this week, as wet as it's been, but I'd like to get that out of the woods. I don't know whether to limit and just drag the whole thing out, or whether I should go back there. I can get the tractor back there and cut it into lengths and bring out the lengths. I could even split it back there if I wanted to. I could do anything I want, you know. What do you recommend for the lengths of your rounds? My solo stove requires 16 inches. But if I'm going to be burning firewood going forward, it's not just for the solo stove. What's average? If you cut or buy firewood, what is the average length that you make it or buy it? What are people doing these days? Now, my brother-in-law, he cuts his like 24 inches because he has a big stove. I don't want to be handling that much. I want to make it easy to carry and whatnot. So, yeah, okay, getting some answers here. Mark says 20 inches. And David says 20 inches. But Paul says 16 to 20. And Chris thinks that Gord at GP Outdoors cuts 16. And Kevin says 18 to 20. And BT says 16. So again, I guess I can do whatever I want. But I guess my concern was, is 16 too small? Is 16 really not a good idea for a stove? But maybe 16 is acceptable. If I see a few people are saying 16 to 18 inches. And Twin Brooks has 2 small stoves, no bigger than 16. So 16 is probably a good average. I think I could stick with that. I've got that. What's that stick that I have? That measuring stick. It's pretty neat. It goes on the it magnetizes onto your bar, and it has a little mark, and you can measure. You just put a little notch in the tree, and then you use the stick to measure. And you have a consistent 16-inch. I like that. I think it's a pretty neat thing. And Kent says 16 is standard. So all right. Then I like 16 because then I can still throw it in my smokeless fire pit and use it. And Jeffrey says most modern stoves can only handle 16. So good points. And then Bob says 18s, 2 rows fits in the IBC tote. Nice. I've got some of those IBC totes, and I haven't done anything with them except the one I modified it to hold water. But the other ones I haven't done anything with. I want to take the bladders out and cut the racks and use them as maybe to put some firewood in. So this is going to be a good opportunity. Going to be a lot of fun to do that. So thanks for that information. I appreciate that. And I do have one of those pokey stick, moisture testers for the firewood. I do have one of those, and from what I see, they're kind of hit or miss, but I guess they give you a good average as long as you get below what do you want to be below like 18% or something like that, maybe even less than that. But I do have one of those. I think they're pretty neat to have. But I'm getting ahead of myself because I don't have a stove or wood cut yet at this point. My other neighbor, doesn't matter which one, my neighbor has like 20 acres of forest. He cut firewood forever. And I remember last year he actually bought a load of firewood, and he felt wrong to do that. But I know it's a lot of work, and I might regret it, but I think it's also, there's something cozy and fun about it. And there's something pretty much free about it too, which is nice when you have, a big area of forest. You can't beat that free, right? So Kent, thank you. Less than 20% is what you go for. I was thinking that. That's why I said 18, but I was thinking, is it supposed to be? I don't know. But anyway, less than 20% is the moisture content you want in your wood. And I guess the reason for that is probably for buildup in your chimney. I'm thinking if you burn damp wood, you're going to get buildup on your chimney, and then you have danger of a chimney fire. Because certainly if it has moisture more than that, it'll burn off. You throw it in, I think. So a question from Chris: any storm damage? Not here. We only had drizzly rain the past 3 days, I think, but it never really got stormy. Just a lot of drizzly rain. We got some puddles on the property, but they'll, once it stops raining within 2 days, they should be gone. So I do have a splitter, Paul. Is that Paul Bunyan? Paul B? I have a splitter. I have one of those country. What's the Tractor Supply model? Countrywide or Country something or like that. I don't know, but I have one of those, and I like it. I used it quite a bit. Bought it used during COVID, so I paid more than what most people had paid for. Probably paid more than what the guy paid new for it, but it wasn't bad. It was fair enough. But I do have one, and I enjoy using it. So, and Bob looks forward to cutting and splitting wood every year. So keeps you busy, right? And shoots for 13 to 16% moisture content. It's good to know. This is all important for me, and I do appreciate it. And BT, talk of the local chimney sweep. Yes, definitely. I've already got somebody scheduled to come out and take a look so we can see what we need to do here. And yes, wet wood creates creosote, which creates a fire hazard. So that is also good to know. Thank you, County Line. County Line. I couldn't think of it. Countrywide, I was saying County Line. That's the one. That's the Tractor Supply brand. So good stuff. And Steve ordered a long sleeve shirt and a mug for the coffee machine in the shop. Awesome. That's great. Oh, clicked on that. Great. Yeah, I have the moisture reader as well. So you guys might be talking to each other right now. I don't know what that. So anyway, that's fun. So yeah, that I'm gonna start pulling some of that wood out. I'm gonna see if I can get back there this week or early next, and do that. See what I can do. I don't have the winch or anything like that, but I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be a good time. So thank you for the reminder there, Daniel, about the thumbs up. So please do click that thumbs up, whether you're watching on YouTube or Facebook. I mean, you've been here this whole hour. You might as well click the thumbs up, right? Doesn't cost anything. Doesn't hurt anything. Click the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe. I encourage you to subscribe because that helps me out. The best thing you can do for me, for content creators, is number one, to watch their content if you enjoy it, obviously. But, watch the content, watch it as long as you can. Click that thumbs up button. And if you're not subscribed to your favorite YouTube content creators, click subscribe. It just helps with the algorithm. And that's the best way you can do that. So that's the best way you can be supportive, simply by watching. It's all it takes. But then, of course, watching and interacting is important too. So thank you for that. So I hope you have a great week. We're going to wrap things up tonight. And again, I can't believe it's another Monday already, and we're starting off the week. I love starting out the week with you like this. I love that you come back every week. It means a lot to me. I appreciate that you interact with each other, and it's a nice little family of clutterites, as people have kind of named the group here. So it's very meaningful, and I appreciate. I really do. I appreciate you coming to the live streams. I appreciate you watching the content. All of our interactions. They're very supportive, and let me know, anything that you'd like to see on the channel that you think I can do for you. Let me know, because I enjoy it. So thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Have a great week. I hope where you are, the weather is not too terrible. I know the folks up in Canada and North America are getting ready for the transition to get the snow blowers on the tractors and get ready for that. It's going to be coming soon. So be ready. But thanks again. Have a great week. And I look forward to seeing you next time.